Hello YouTube and welcome to Full Dottle, a channel dedicated to tamping topics such as pipes, tobacco, lore, and more. I am your host, the Bearded Briarman, and without further ado, let's get lit. Welcome back everyone, and on this episode of Full Dottle I'm going to be doing my first impressions of Escudo Navy Deluxe. Very excited about this. VAPer just did a video of his first impressions of it. He had it in his cellar for quite some time and just recently popped a tin for his first time. I have never had this before. It's a fresh tin. I cannot wait to get started. So let's pop the tin. According to what it says it's a combination of full-bodied Virginia and Perique. It's the cornerstone of Escudo. The blend is pressed and matured before it is spun and cut into coins. This process ensures the unique character of Escudo. It doesn't really give a lot of detail as the type of Virginias that are in it or anything else, so the only thing I do know is it says that it has no topping. So I'm going to pop it here. I love that sound. This is a coin cut tobacco. You can see that. Nice round coins. The tin note. It's very sweet. You get the sweetness from the bright Virginias, that really light bread, like yeast dough type aroma. I'm not sure if it's coming from the Perique. Oh man, that's just wonderful. I'm not sure if it's coming from the Perique, but it smells like a Fig Newton. If you've ever had the Fig Newton, it smells just like that. I mean, it literally smells just like a Fig Newton. Very fruity, very floral. You get a little bit of that tanginess from the Perique and the bread, that toasty bread from the Virginias. That is a delight. I will tell you what, the tin note on this is fantastic. Awesomeness. All right, if anybody has a tin of Escudo, put down in the comments if it smells like a Fig Newton. This smells just like a Fig Newton to me. Am I wrong? All right. It feels just a tad bit on the moist side. It's not much though. I've had a lot of people say that, or I've seen a lot of reviews that said that it was way too moist, but I wouldn't say it's way too moist. I would say that it's going to need some dry time though, so let me break this up. I will set it out and let it get some air time, and then I'll get right back with you. We will light this up and I will give you my first impressions. Stick around everybody. All right everyone, so I set it out and I gave it 20 minutes of dry time, and it seems like it's sufficiently dry now. It might be just a tad on the moist side, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. It seems perfect right now. So 20 minutes. During the time that it was drying, I went and looked up the date on this tin, and it was from January of 2020. So this is a fresh tin. Can't wait to get started on this. So let's light it up. Let's get lit. The room note, well, just off the charring light anyway, was almost reminiscent of graham cracker. Right off the bat, you get those bright Virginias. You get that citrusy, just very delicate citrus. You get that grassy, hay-like flavor. The toast of white bread. A sweeter nuttiness, kind of like an almond. That mild sweet that you get from a bright Virginia is present here. And just a touch of, I would almost say, like that light herbalness from a honey. You know, you get how you get that slight tangy herbalness from a honey. Very floral. The spice from the Perique complements the bright Virginias very nicely here. For me, comparing it to Samuel Gawith Cabby's mixture, this is much more floral. This has got a more delicate grassiness to it. The Cabby's mixture was very grassy, very hay-like. This has got a more, it's got a depth to it that's weird because it's a delicate citrus, a delicate zest, and the Virginias are delicate, but they're complex. They're the profile of it is the depth of it and the profile of it. It's very deep, yet it's delicate. It's hard for me to explain that. I definitely get just a hint of the deeper plum from the Perique, but not much. This is a really good VAPer. I enjoy the Cabby's mixture after it's aged. I'm not real fond of it when it's fresh, but this as far as the mild VAPers go, I'm really enjoying this. I think this could take, on the mild end of the spectrum, could take the #1 slot for VAPers. And rightly so. I guess all of the hype is actually true on this one. Very smooth VAPer. Cabby's mixture has a slight tendency to bite, This one, although it could bite if you smoked it improperly, it doesn't have that tendency so far. The man, the bright Virginias are really well done here. And that spice from the Perique, although I could handle a little more, the spice from the Perique complements the bright Virginias perfectly in this blend. You can pick out each individual layer. The depth of the Virginia gives you all of the floral, toasted breads, that slight citrusy, the sweetness, the grass and the hay. The Perique gives you just a little bit of that darker plum, that stewed fruit just underlying it. Oh man, there's nothing bad about this. This is a VAPer I could smoke all day. Let me smoke this down halfway and I'll come back to you to tell you what I think about the relight. All right, so I smoked it down to midway. I let it cool, and now I've relit, and Escudo Navy Deluxe is by far my favorite fresh VAPer on the mild side. On the mild end of the spectrum with bright Virginias, fresh, Escudo's Navy Deluxe, hands down my favorite. On the relight, the Virginias, after they've stewed in the chamber halfway through the bowl, I am picking up a fruitiness from it. To me, it's turned into the sweetness. It's like a very mild strawberry with toasted almonds. The grass and the hay notes of the bright Virginia have toned down just a little. That zestiness from the citrus has toned down a little bit, and it's increased in sweetness. And I get this mild strawberry with toasted almonds. Absolutely beautiful. That floral note in it is absolutely stunning. The spiciness from the Perique is mild enough that it wouldn't, I don't think even somebody that's very sensitive to Perique would find offense of it. The bright Virginias are a very fruity, sweet, floral flavor in this. The Perique offers a very pleasant spice with just a delicate hint of some stewed fruit in the undertone. Very good. Very rounded woodiness to it. Not much, just enough to be present. Overall, I would say that the main profile of this blend for me is going to be that floral, fruity, mildly sweet Virginia, and just a pleasant spice with the undertone of some plum and darker stewed fruits. An absolute delight. It is very well balanced, very well balanced. I will say the complexity is going to suffer just a little bit, but only because it's really a tad past two-dimensional. It's not a bad thing. It's exactly what this blend is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be just out of this world complex. It is supposed to be a VAPer. And as far as a VAPer is concerned, it is exactly the complexity that you're looking for in a VAPer, in a mild VAPer. The depth of the flavors, however, are phenomenal. The Virginias in this are perfect, and that's coming from somebody who does not like fresh, bright Virginias. I generally do not care for them, but in this blend, they are coming out as quite a treat. Wonderful blend, I can't say enough. Just that wisp of sweetness. It's like and it's got that fruitiness to it that reminds me of strawberry. Just beautiful. That citrus just supports it. It doesn't offer too much. There's nothing in this blend that is unbalanced, in my opinion. It's burning cool. It's not giving me the tendency to think it's going to bite. It's smooth. I'm not getting a harsh roughness to it. Stay tuned for the full review. This thing is going to smash it. I'm telling you, it's going to be just on fire. Wonderful blend. Thumbs up. Can't wait to do a full review on it. I'll take this next week to look through it, to really investigate this, to explore its depth, and I will do the full review for you. I will rate it and then explain my results to you. That's going to do it for this episode of Full Dottle. I am going to love finishing this bowl up. And until next time we see each other, I bid you farewell and happy piping. Goodbye, everyone. Don't forget to enlist in the Full Dottle platoon. It's easy. Just click the subscribe button. Also, hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as I upload the next episode.